Hey, what's up? Hello. Okay. Here we go. So actually, this will be long video actually. So bear with me. Actually, what I'm going to do is that we are going to use some of my best vocabularies so that we can learn English actually, right? So today we're going to talk about at least I don't know how much I can bear, but more than 50 vocabularies we are going to talk about because it's important. If you want to learn any language you have to add some new words in it. And how I do it is I just the things I go through, the books, the videos, I just try to chart them down. And I have made actually two videos about vocabs, but that's not enough, so I'm going to revise by myself. So if you are interested, just take a pen and copy and start writing it down. It will be better. So here we go. Oh, this is disturbing. This is the first book. You can see how much this is wrapped up because I started by this book when I started learning English. There are a lot of vocabs in this book. And here we go with the first one. So the first one is gratitude. 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 Gratitude is actually the feeling of being wanting to express your thanks. I would like to express my gratitude to everyone for their hard work. Okay. So gratitude is the first word. Second word is heal. To become healthy again, to make healthy again. Like when you heal something, if you have got injured and now you have healed that injury, so you are in the process of cure who is ill to make feeling happy again. In vain. In vain is without success. When you do things and there is no way of benefiting, right? So they tried in vain to pursue her to go. All our efforts were in vain. Things I do sometimes it's all in vain, making uh, people pursued they don't want. So it all gets in vain at the end. Spectacular is very impressive. Sticky, feeling hot and uncomfortable. We felt hot and sticky after 6 hours on the bus. These are simple words that the person have to had learned when he start learning English language, right? So there's one more word that is curse. We're not going to give curse here. When you start abusing someone, a rude or offensive word or phrase, some people use they are very angry. When they are angry, so some people use this word. Okay. Paradox. Paradox. A person thinks or situation that has two opposite features and therefore seems strange. A statement containing two opposite ideas that makes it seem impossible or unlikely, although it's probably true. So paradox is a person, thing, or situation that has two opposite sides. When they're like, you can say that that definition that this life is kind of paradox. So there are many definitions. You can't put it into words. Eternity, 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 eternity. Time without end, especially life containing without end of after death. There will be rich and poor for all eternity. A period of time that seems to be very long or to never end. This, like when you die, what I believe is that afterlife it's eternity. There is no end of life. Style, to change good into bad, unpleasant or unless extra. You will spoil your appetite. Don't eat too much nuts. Generosity, generosity. The fact of being generous, willing to give money, gift, or kindness freely. Profound, very great, felt or expressed very strongly. My father's death had a profound effect on us all. Someone's father has died, and it was a very profound kind of effect on us all, because profound is very great, or felt or experienced very strongly. Recognition, recognition, recognition. The act of remembering who is when you see them, or identifying what is. The act of accepting that exists, is true, or is official. Numsicle, N-U-M-B-S-K-U-L, numsicle. A stupid person. Mundane, often disapproving, not interesting or exciting. A mundane task. I lead a pretty mundane existence. Ponder. Ponder, to think about. Mull over. Introspect. Contemplate. Still minus to go. Aggressive. Aggressive is angry and behaving in a not a good way, right? Fed up. Boring and unhappy, especially with a situation that has continued from too long. You look fed up. What's the matter? I'm fed up with waiting for her. I wish she had get a job. I'm fed up with it. Phenomenal, very great or impressive. Mysterious, difficult to understand or explain, strange. He died in mysterious circumstances. Jeopardize, jeopardize, risk harming or destroying. He would never do anything to jeopardize his career. Prioritize, prioritize. To put tasks, problems are in order of importance. So when you prioritize your things, you put your career in first, you put your relationships in second, because you have to prioritize the things in a good sequence, right? Plus, unnecessary excitement, worry, or activity. He does what he's told without any fuss. All that fuss over a few pounds, it was all a fuss about nothing. Enthusiastic, enthusiastic, feeling or showing a lot of excitement and interest about an enthusiastic supporter. This one is finished, and let's take this one. There are some quotes written here, so I'm going to memorize them as well. There we go. Don't be afraid of death. Be afraid of unliving life. Choke up to have trouble. Talking because of crying or strong emotion. When you choke up, you gotta choke up. Generous, willing to give more help, kindness, etc. Intimidate, to frighten or threaten someone, usually in order to pursue them. Immense, especially immense, right? Extremely large in or great, especially in scale or degree. Extremely large. It was an immense pleasure. Chaotic, in a state of complete confusion and disorder. When you are in chaos, when you are in complete disorder, confusion, you don't know how to think, like your thinking is totally paralyzed. Flatly, F-L-A-T-L-Y, flatly, showing little interest or emotion. You had better, oh, she said flatly, without like losing interest. Urge, a strong desire or impulse. Vanish, disappear. I'm going to disappear for 10 days because I'm going to enter in the masjid, inshallah, and I'll come back after 10 days. Goof is like murak, a foolish or stupid person. Idly, with no particular reason or foundation. I just said it idly. When you said something without any reason, it was an idle. When we listen to something that's kind of, that will not make this podcast a little bored. Let's hear music. No. The best music I ever listened. optimistic, expecting good things to happen or to be successful. When you are optimistic, you only think about good things. You don't give yourself a bad vibes. Okay. I guess I will make 1 cup of coffee. No, 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 I'll make it after some time. This is a little disturbing. So the next word is inevitable. Inevitable. That you cannot avoid or prevent. Like, inevitable is you can't avoid it. Death is inevitable. Death is inevitable. Something that is certain to happen, like something that's certain to happen. The inevitable things I forgot. Thrilled. 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 Very excited and pleased. I was thrilled to be invited. I was thrilled of seeing them again. I'm so thrilled. Spectacular. It's very impressive. Bang. Exactly or completely. You're bang on time as usual. Wimp. A person who is not strong, brave or confident. Wimp. Well, you're so weird, man. Magnificent. Magnificent. Extremely attractive and impressive. You have all done a magnificent job. Repent. To feel and show that you are sorry for bad or wrong that you have done. She had repented of what she had done. Slave. Person who is legally owned by another person. Slave when someone is gulam to someone, right? Doing all the stuff by on behalf of, like someone is saying to him, slave. Hasty. Hasty. Made her done very quickly, like hasty decision. Let's not make any hasty decision. Wow, I remember this one. Screw. Screw. To do gladly or spoil. Don't screw it up this time. It was his life, and if he screwed it up, bad. Mutter. M-U-T-T-E-R. Mutter. To speak or say in a quiet voice that is difficult to hear. I hope that I'm not muttering at all. You hear me? Yeah. Fascinated. To see, learn, etc. Very interesting. I have always been fascinated by his idea. Fragile. Using only as much money as food as it's necessary. A fragile life. Cynical. Cynical. Believing that people only do things to help themselves rather than for good or honest reason. People are cynical these days. They only think about themselves. They don't give a damn shit about the person who is in need. Not caring that might hurt other people. If there is advantage, you will do it. This is called don't be cynical. And people are cynical, by the way. Dash. The act of going somewhere suddenly or quickly. An act of doing quickly because you do not have enough time. Epitome. Epitome is an example, a perfect example of, he is the epitome of modern young youth. Fate. The things, especially bad things that will happen or have happened. Burst. To go or move somewhere suddenly with great force actually. Stop whine. to complain in an annoying and crying voice. Okay. Mourning, sadness that you show and feel because he has died. Empathy, A plus A and B, the ability to understand another person's feeling, experiencing, etc. Empathy for other people's situation. Empathy. Grave, to feel sad when you feel sad, and especially because she has died, anyone has died, to make you feel very sad. There's lack of interest. Grave it. I don't know what's this. Amuse, to make laugh or smile that will amuse you. Nagging, continuing for a long time or difficult to cure or remove. Nag, to keep complaining about their behavior or keep asking them to do. Stop nagging, I will do it as soon as I can. Stop nagging. Awfully, very extremely, very extremely. Awfully is very extremely. I'm awfully sorry about that problem that other day. Awfully, awful, very bad or unpleasant. The awful thing is it was my fault. Very bad. One word is awfully, very extremely, and one is awful, very bad or unpleasant. The awful thing is that it was my fault. I feel awful about forgetting her birthday. Or awful is very also you can say that it's very shocking. Symptoms. When there's any change in your body, so you feel any symptom, like you're having cough and cold, I guess you're having symptoms of COVID-19, unfortunately. Stupefy, to surprise or shock, make unable to think clearly. She was stupefied with cold. We have a lot of quotes over here. Stupefying. It was really, your result was stupefying to me. Very shocking. Gutless. Lacking courage. Actually, it is gutless, lacking courage or determination. Or gutless, probably. Gutted. Extremely sad or disappointed. I was gutted. Gutted. Okay, yeah. Shun, to avoid. When you avoid someone, she was shunned by her family. I like to shun people to get some time for myself and to do whatever I want to do. Scold, to speak angrily, especially a child, because they have done wrong. He scolded them for arriving late. Scold, जब हम किसी को like scold करते हैं, right? Anguish, when you are having a lot of pain, mental suffering, or unhappiness, tears of anguish fill her eyes. Stone cold, completely cold. Sobriety, the state of being sober, not being drunk. Lullaby. A soft, gentle, strong song to make your child to go sleep. Sleep. When you sing for a little child like this, you're just trying to cuddle him so that he can sleep. Slave, a person who is legally owned by another person and is forced to work for them. Rescue, from a dangerous or harmful situation. When he rescued a child from drowning. Holocaust, a situation in which many things are destroyed and many people are killed, especially because of war, because of fire. Mourn, to feel and show sadness because he has died. We were talking about this morning. Envy, when you envy something. I read a line from the book named as The Diary of a Young Girl, and but there was a quote saying that I envy the freedom of those girls. She was looking outside of that window because she was not having actually like maybe you have heard about the story of Annie Frank. They were not able to go outside because of people will kill them because they were Jews at that time, right? So she was watching outside. She was watching she was peeping actually from the window, and she saw birds are like flying like this, and she said that I envy their freedom because she can't go outside, she can't roam around. So you can guys, you can just try to be graceful for all the things, because when you start being graceful for little things in your life, your life changes. Like you will attract big things. So be graceful, have a heart full of gratitude, and that will be better for you. Because when you start being ungraceful, you are just trying to you're just it's there's no way, like you're just neglecting the things that you have. And when you look back to people who are down to you, you say like Alhamdulillah, I have a lot of things in my life. So start be graceful whenever you like you just woke up, and try to remember the things that you should be grateful for. People like are living in hell sometimes. They don't have even they can go outside and have that shower because they don't have those kind of facilities that you have. Scrooge, a person who is very unwilling to spend money, like miser, conjuice, nasty, very bad or unpleasant, a nasty accident. Creepy, causing an unpleasant feeling of fear or slightly horror. A creepy thing. Creepy. Don't be creepy. Ping. P-A-N-G. Ping. A sudden feeling of physical or emotional pain. Hunger, pain. Empathy is all okay. Trauma. 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 An unpleasant experience that makes you feel upset, and you feel worried about it. She felt exhausted after the trauma of recent weeks. Trauma is when you are having a bad day every single day, right? Wild, in its natural state, not changed by people. Wild mountains, lacking discipline or control. He had a wild look in her eyes. Very good, enjoyable, and exciting. We had a wild time in Seb. Very enthusiastic about when you are wild about something. She's totally wild about him. I'm not wild about that idea. I'm totally very enthusiastic about. When you are very enthusiastic about, you're so wild about the thing. Sabotage. To damage, destroy, or spoil deliberately to prevent an enemy for using it or to protect it. The main electricity supply had been sabotaged by something. What's that? Minimalist. Minimalist actually it was a term introduced not that much it's not that much far, and something is missing. Sabotage, to damage or destroy. Okay, no. Minimalist. Minimalist is when you give up on the things that are not necessary, that you don't use most of the time. So like if I will look right now in my room, I am having some things that I don't use, some clothes that I never think about. So if I will give them away, so it's like you are entering into the minimalist. Endure, experience and deal with that is painful or unpleasant, especially without complaining. Wow. I hope that you're listening to this music. This music makes me think about a lot of things about my life, about the things. It makes me happy, man. So there's one more word that's endure. Ex- to experience and deal with that is painful or unpleasant. Sober, not drunk. I promised him that I will not stay sober tonight. I will stay sober tonight. You're not drunk, right? Our sober is serious and sensible. He is honest, sober, and hardworking. He's not influenced. Sober is not drunk, or sober is serious and sensible. Zest, enjoyment, and enthusiasm. He had a great zest for life, the quality of being excited, interesting, or enjoyable. Scold, with dilemma, a situation which makes problems, often one in which you have to make a very difficult choice because things are well important. To face a dilemma, to be in dilemma. When you are in kind of perplexed situation, you're still confused about. Admonish, to tell firmly that you do not approve what they have done. Ponder, just consider. You have to ponder about this. So there's one idiom that's butterflies in my stomach. I usually get butterflies in my stomach because of school tests. Nostalgia, a feeling of sadness mixed with pleasure and affection when you think of happy time in past. Nostalgia is when you try to remember the college days and it gives you sadness somehow, it gives you happiness, so it's nostalgic feeling. Nostalgic memory. Surreal, 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 very strange, more like a dream than reality. The idea and image mixed together in a strange way. Surreal image, very strange, more like a dream. It's like kind of a dream, not reality. Junkie, junkie is actually a drug addict, a person who is unable to stop taking dangerous drugs. Endurance, the ability to do things painful or difficult for a period of time without complaining. When you are having an endurance power, when you are in process of getting that endurance power, you're going through a lot of bad stuff, but still you're not complaining. You're just trying to enjoy it, just learning from the situation. So your endurance power is better. Embellish, to make more beautiful by adding decorating it. When you embellish someone's style, for example, I told you something, you embellish to someone, my friend, make it a little bit interesting. Resilience, the ability of people or things to feel better quickly after unpleasant such as shock, injurious. Resilient person is one who have gone through a lot of bad stuff, who has faced a lot of tough times in his life, but he just overcomes that thing more quickly. Is resilient person. Resilient is actually able to feel better quickly. Scenario. It's anguish, several pain. There was anguish filled in his eyes. Tame. I don't know what's this. How to pronounce this word. Bametam. Tame. I use this one. Where is this one? This is Google actually, so I do use this. Tame. My PC is okay. It's 33 minutes, 33%. So it's tame. So what's tame? Not afraid of people and use it to live with them. Not interesting or exciting. You'll find life here pretty tame after New York. Willing to do that other people ask. I have a tame doctor. So there's one more word that's yawn. Yawn is actually zaman in Kashmiri. We couldn't help yawning during the speech because I'm pretty boring. So there's one more word that's called melancholy. melancholy, melancholy. A deep feeling of sadness that lasts for a long time and often cannot be ex- explained. Melancholy is when you are kinda in a situation that's difficult. You don't like it's really for a long time. You're not able to get out of this bad situation, and even you can't explain it. It's so hard. Very sad or making me feel sad as melancholy thoughts. Erotic, showing and involving sexual desires and pleasure intending to make feel sexual desires. Okay. Folly, a lack of good judgment, the fact of doing stupid things. Fortitude, Fortitude, fortitude. Courage, showing by who is suffering great pain or facing great difficulty. She endured her illness with great fortitude. Fortitude is when you are showing great courage of doing the same thing, going through the same thing, right? Pardon, using the ask to repeat because you did not hear it. You are very quiet today. Pardon. So when you can't hear someone, we say that some people say that, can you please tell me again? I was not able to hear. So you can say a simple word that's pardon. Pardon, please. So he will understand that he wants me to repeat it again, right? Sometimes I have just repeated the word 2 times, 3 times. This anguish is I'm saying it 4 times. Mediocre, mediocre, mediocre. Not very good, of only average standard. Ecstasy, a feeling or state of very great happiness. Wow, a formal or serious promise, especially a religion one. Intellectual, connected with or using a person's ability to think in a logical way, understand things. So intellectual person is one who is more logical and is understanding things in a good way, right? So here is the thing. Introspection, the careful examination of your own thoughts, feeling, and reason for behaving in a particular way. You need to introspect about whatever you're doing in your life because it's good to introspect about things. Enigmatic, enigmatic. That's mysterious and difficult to understand. An enigmatic smile. When someone is smiling, that's enigmatic. You can't actually uh, guess why he's smiling. It's kind of confusing, right? Enigma. A person, thing, or situation that's mysterious or difficult to understand. Glorify. To make better or more important than it really is. Invincible. 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 Too strong to be defeated or charged. It, the person who is invincible, you can't defeat him. Flee. To leave a person or place very quickly, especially because you are afraid of possible danger. Europea, an extremely strong feeling of happiness and excitement that usually lasts only a short period. Europea is a kind of happiness that lasts for not for a long period of time, but it's kind of a short period of time. So for example, when you buy a new product, well, you buy a new thing, so that kind of happiness is Europe. It's kind of Europea. You don't really that happiness doesn't last for so long. I'll make a coffee for a second, please. Give me a second.
Incumbent forever, my desire and ambition. There's a hunger still unsatisfied. Our very eyes still stray to the horizon. Go down this road we've been so many times. The grass was green. The light was brighter. The days were sweeter. The nights were
So let's go. Invincible, too strong to be defeated or changed. Flee, flee. Leave a person or place very quickly, especially because danger, danger. Flee. Blunt, to make weaker or less effective. Voyage, voyage, long journey, especially by sea. Blunt. Okay. Voyage is actually a long journey, especially by sea or in space. Voyage is we have a good. I wish you great voyage of life. Satanic, showing that you think that you are better than other people, and do not take them seriously. It's kind of satanic smile. Intellectual, intellectual. This is the thing. Like we're connected with our using a person's ability to think in a logical way, understand things. Well educated and joy. Dignity, a calm and serious manner that deserves respect. Lavish, large in amount are impressive and usually costing a lot of money. Lavish gifts, right? Generous, giving or willing. Okay. Gym, person, place, or thing that is especially good. This picture is a real gym. She's a real gym. Gym, G-E-M, gym. Dumbo, Dumbo, D-U-M-B-O, Dumbo, a stupid person. Don't call me a Dumbo. Paranoid, afraid of, suspicious of other people or believing that they are trying to harm you. Suffer from, it's kind of a paranoid situation when you suffer from the mental health system. Tranquil, quiet and peaceful, a tranquility scene. Tranquility. Dobo, D-A-B-O, a journal agreement not to do asked about. The subject is like Tobo in our family. Like sex is Tobo in our family, right? We can't talk about it. Nostalgia is done. Guessed, quest, a long search for, especially for something qualities such as happiness. The quest for happiness. So this is the actually love someone till they feel completely and then love you. Keep your heart heavy from the hellfire. Do not talk about others. Never tell who you are and why you are looking at the stars. Rest of us are no more than plastic and polythene. The bond hurts a little. The Lord for it is supposed to. So beckon, to wave or nod somebody with the intention to make the person come closer. Encounter, an unexpected or casual meeting with someone or something. Synergy. Agony, Agony is actually extremely physical or mental suffering. Chores. When you're doing some chores in your home, so it's called the day-to-day work, right? Isolate is when you put yourself isolate, identify something and examine or deal with it separately. Mediocre, the average person that we all are. Mysterious, difficult or impossible to understand or explain or identify. Diplomatic, having or showing an ability to deal with people in a sensitive and tactful way. He's a kind of Yahweh is diplomatic personality. Fragile, easily broken or damaged. Cracks, a puzzling or difficult problem and unsolved question. Crux is actually what is the crux of the story as well, right? Awfully, very, very much. I'm awfully sorry. Introvert, a quite shy person who prefers to be alone. Introvert is one who is try to be alone. Extrovert is one who likes social. Omnivore is one who is like both, who is having both traits, and ambivert is who's also having both traits. I'm not sure about this, but it is extrovert, introvert. These are the things that Froggle. Froggle is actually a confused mixture. Exasperating, irritating, exasperating. It's so exasperating when he won't listen to a quote that is say exasperating. Don't be so exasperating. Fuck. Nostalgic. Okay. Crap is when someone is butt-ass. Motherfucker, a person or thing of a special kind, especially one that is remarkable or impressive in some way. And someone is motherfucker. You like when we were in college and my friend was saying, "Don't use motherfucker." He was only like it's also a curse, but there's one more meaning of this motherfuckers. Sort of go इसी तरह इस तरह sort of. I'm going to sort of making coffee. Let me tell you something. I was smoking. I was a chain smoker, so I left smoking, and I just shifted myself from coffee. I just left smoking it, and I got addicted to this thing. But I'm not taking it that much. Somehow it's better than cigarettes, right? Setback, a difficulty or problem that stops you. Right now I'm listening song of Shine On Your Crazy Diamond by Pink Floyd. It's awesome. Apathetic, lacking interest or desire to act. Skepticism, a general feeling of doubt about something, a feeling that you are not likely to be skeptical. Console, to make somebody happier when he or she is very sad and disappointed. Pain is an ally. It will keep you away from sleeping too much. LA is a person who helps you and supports you, especially when other people against you. Alas, use it for expressing sadness about something. Mockery, meaning to stop. Lament, a song, poem, or other expression of sadness. Meek, quiet and doing what others people say without asking questions. Don't be so fucking meek, man. You okay? Sky. Consciousness, the state of being able to see, hear, feel, etc. The state of realizing or noticing something exists. 27% by the way. Consequence, importance of relevance, the positives of no consequence. Vulgar, not having and showing good judgment. Okay, introspection, the process of thinking deeply and carefully. Era, a period of time in history that is special for some reason. Seldom, not often, rarely. There is seldom snow in my city. Sense of humor, the ability to enjoy funniness, to see the funny side of a situation instead of always being serious. I appreciate the fact that you have a sense of humor, but we need to be serious now. Persistent, determined, the one who is persistent, right? Continue doing something even when it's difficult. Solace, a person or thing that makes you feel better or happier when you are sad. Mull over, think deeply. When you mull over about something. Feed, mukt kiya gaya. Feed is when someone is fleeing from something. Stone is when you are hot. Ignite, daisy, feeling as if everything is turning around and that you might fall. I felt daisy at high altitude. There's a very good extreme daisy place of life in the world. Daisy is very great and extreme, okay? Because phony, not real, false. Stubborn. Stubborn is someone who is stubborn, who don't actually care about what you're saying. Ambivert. A person who has balance of extrovert and introvert features in their personality. Dope. An illegal drug, especially cannibals or marijuana. Stupid person. What I told you. Anticipate. To expect something to happen and prepare for it. To expect something. Then let me put my laptop on charge, otherwise it will be switched off suddenly and that will make me feel bad about myself because I'm going to talk about whole today. anticipate, to expect something to happen and prepare for it. Impunity. Impunity. If a person does something bad with impunity, they do not get punished for what they have done. Impunity. I just watched a lecture of last time of Phoenix, the ruling part of Joker, and he used this word impunity. Impunity. If a person does something bad with impunity, they do not get punished for what they have. Maverick, a person who does not behave or think like everyone else, but who has independent, unusual opinion. Maverick is someone who is having an unusual opinion, who is thinking about out of box. Integrity, the quality of honest and having strong moral principles. Oozing, of a fluid slowly when some blood was oozing from a wound, as he having an involving a sensation of pain. Okay, as is when you are kind of rounding around, like when you are having a problem of something. Mom, in our school, our teacher used to say, "Keep mom," and I was like, "I did. What the hell he's talking about?" Be silent. Gratitude is dignity, the state or quality of being worthy of honor or respect. Utterly, completely, and without qualification, absolutely. He looked utterly ridiculous. Wow, great sorrow or distress. Things that cause sorrow or distress trouble. Perfection, the state of being perfect or without faults. Mock, peace or law, had in a scamful or contemptless manner. Immensely would behad. Erotic, characterized by our feeling intense excitement or happiness. Dominant, having power and influence over others. Hypocrisy, the practice of claiming to have higher standards or more noble beliefs than in the case. Vulnerable, exposed to the possibility of being attacked or harmed, either physically or emotionally. I felt vulnerable there, in need of special care, support, or protection. By the way, this song is making me feel good about yearning, a feeling of insistent longing for something. He felt a yearning for the mountains. Disgust, a feeling of great strong disapproval by something unpleasant or offensive. Urge, try eagerly or persistently to pursue. But a habit or pattern that is hard to change. If you say that someone is in a rut, you disapprove that they have become fixed in their way of thinking and doing things and find it difficult to change, or something career is a rut. A habit or a pattern of behavior that has become dull and predictable is hard to change. Abandon, to leave a place or person you live forever. We had to abandon the car. Errand, a short journey undertaken in order to deliver or collect something, especially on someone else's behalf. She asked him run an errand for her. Stillness, the absence of wind or sound, buzz, an atmosphere of excitement and ability. Stupefied, make unable to think or feel properly, astonished and shocked. Fortune, luck, especially good luck. Prophecy, the telling prophecy was accurate because everything she predicted came true. A prediction of what will happen in the future. I do believe in prophecy of the coaster of saying that tomorrow will be rain. I don't believe in these prophecies. Abundance, a very large holiday or something. There is an abundance of oxygen in New York. In India, it's short. Multitude, large number of contradict, deny the truth of a statement by asserting wisdom, experiencing knowledge, and judgment that all humans listen to his words of it. Dilemma, two or more difficult choices we have change a difficult situation or problem. Loop-sided, with one side lower or smaller than the other. A loop-sided coin. Loop-sided, when one thing is smaller and it is bigger. Numb, unable to think, feel, or respond. Thank you, God, for this coffee. Legacy, an amount of money or property left to someone in a will. Paradox, cherish. Cherish is actually protect and care for something loved. He need a woman he could cherish. Giggle, laugh slightly and repeatedly in a silly way. Honey, an excellent example of something. An attractive girl, she's little honey, darling or sweetheart. An excellent example of something. Abyss, fill the mind someone's continuously angry, solitary of revenge. Be consistently talking about worrying about something. A father who is obsessing about the wrong is done. Westernize, the adopting or being influenced by the system of the West. Asian is rapidly westernizing. Mentor, an experienced and trusted advisor. He was our friend. Wonder, desire to know something, feel. Conscious, how many times have I? Actually, I don't have any regret in my life. I wonder when my grandpa passed away. I wonder I would have seen him at the last time when he wasn't that bad. So serious. Frantic. Fear, anxiety, she was frantic with worry. Pace, a sing stop. Speed in walking, running. Bilmish, B-L-E-M-I-S, Bilmish, small flow which spoiled the appearance of something. The girl's hands were without fingers. Unorthodox, the quality of being contrary to what is usual, traditional, and accepted. Tequila, a Mexican alcoholic spirit from the do things thing you can change and thing you can't change, just have a tequila shot and hang on, hold tightly. Wait for the short time and jolly, happy or cheerful is a jolly person. Cajole, pursued someone to do something by sustained or flatly. Pursued, to make someone or to believe something that way, giving them a good reason to do it, or by taking to that person and making them believe. Curiosity, the presence of something in only smart quantity in mouth. Curiosity of information. Compel, force to do something. Okay. Serenity, state of peaceful and troubled. Serenity. Astonished. Astonished, actually great surprise or impressed, amazed. Eager. Strongly waiting to do or have something. The man was eagerly to please, keenly expected. Coward, lacking in courage to endure dangerous or unpleasant things. Apathy, apathetic, showing up just enthusiasm or concern. Prayer for the violin and all skeptic ways. How dare you use it to express indignation? How dare you to talk about this coincidence, an event that might have been arranged, although it was really accidental. Stunned, she's shocked that one is temporarily unable to react, astonished. Tender, showing gentleness, kindness, and affection. He was being so kind and tender. Idiotic is stupid. Generous is the one who is Genesis, the origin or formation of something. Genesis, the origin or immortal, living forever, not die. God is immortal. Monotony, a situation in which something stays the same and is therefore boring. So people nowadays are going through monotony. So take care of this, right? So apathy is lack of interest, enthusiasm or so. Mugging, learn or review. A subject as much as possible in a short time. When you start mugging, you start cramming. So indulge. Allow oneself to enjoy the pleasure. Timid, showing fear and lack of confidence. I was too timid to ask for what I wanted. Self-conscious, nervous, uncomfortable because you are worried about things. Barefoot is without shoes. There's a lot of things. Okay, salad down. Amply is you are having amply of time to think about your career. Authentic, spite, a desire to hurt an eye or offend someone. Errand, a short journey. Okay. Selfless, concerned more with the mere and wish of others than with one's own consideration. Yell, when you start yelling about to someone. Start, sing loud, yell. Stumble, trip or lose one's balance, almost fall. Voyage, a long journey involving travel by sea or in space. Brothel, a house where men visit prostitutes. Narcissism, excessive interest in our administration of one's and one's person. I gotta know something. I have messaged one of my friend. Narcissism, exclusive interest in one's administration of oneself and one's physical appearance. Okay, adversity, difficult, pleasant situation. Epiphany. An epiphany occurs where the words music speaks to you because more than the sum of their thoughts. I was pondering over the problem and then an epiphany dawned on me. Wished, I wish I had this epiphany sooner. Epiphany, E-P-I-P-H-N, epiphany, epiphany, epiphany. If, let me try this word because I don't know how to pronounce this word actually. Epiphany. 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 Manifestation, a moment of sudden and great revelation of realization. When you got to realize something, I got an epiphany of this. As usual, suddenly manifestation or perception of the essential nature of meaning of something. Okay, alright, I got this. A moment when you suddenly feel that you have understood or suddenly become conscious of something that is very important to you. And the epiphany of that. Epiphany.
The new audio double stuff is here with double cream.
I don't know, I was listening to music and epiphany. Instantly, insanity, the state of being seriously mentally ill. Ovation, a sustained and enthusiastic show of appreciation when we state an ovation for him. Okay, traumatic, deeply disturbing or distressing. She was this time. XOXO, hugs it and kisses. Germinate, arose. Compassionate, feeling or showing sympathy and concern for others. Legacy, property that you receive from someone after they die. Juncture, a place where things join. There was a juncture of thoughts at the same precise time. Mockery, teasing and tease someone, right? Surreal, enlightenment, the state of understanding something. I need to go outside for a second because I had to pee. Till then, listen to this. I can't imagine that anyone is watching this so long, but I hope that if you have listened to this song, thank you. And how can I give? Enlightenment, the state of understanding something, okay? Vivid. Vivid is when you have powerful thoughts, like I just remember every single thing vividly. What happened to me last day. Hazy. Hazy memory. Hazy memory. Comprehend. As meant understand. To understand something that's completed. Cradle. Small metaphor. Compulsion. A very strong feeling of wanting to do something that's difficult. Apathetic, arousing pity or sadness. She looked so pathetic, pathetic. If you describe person, animal, or pathetic, you mean they're sad and helpless and maybe be sorry for them. Pomposity means speaking or behaving in a serious manner, which shows that you think you're more important than you really are. A layman, a person without professional or specified knowledge in a particular subject. Disgust, a strong feeling of disapproval and dislike. Fortitude is courage in showing courage in a bad situation. Adversity. Adversity is a difficult situation. Iconic. An iconic image or thing is important or impressive because it seems symbolic. Amplify. Amplify. Give sleep. Nap. Zealously. Zealously is with great energy or enthusiasm or in pursuit of a cause of objective in a very enthusiastic and eager way. Sustain. Strengthen or support physically or mentally. Excellence, the quality of being outstanding and extremely good, a word of excellency, the quality of being outstanding. Heck, expressing surprise, frustration, or what the heck are you talking about? Fatigue, extremely tiredness. Stereotypes, a set of areas that people have about what someone or someone is like, especially area that's strong. Stereotype, okay, stereotype. Blessing in disguise. When something bad happened, but later it's good for once. His illness was a blessing in disguise. It makes him rely the healthy. It's going to finish soon. Then I have 2 books more. Doomed, certain to fail, die, or destroy. This is doomed state. Gag, when I broke my teeth, I feel gagged. Garrulous, exclusively talking, especially one trivial matters. When someone is talking about trivial matters, garrulous. Articulate, having or showing the ability to speak fluently and coherently. An articulate account of their experience. So lacking in originality as to abuse and boring. Cognate, cognate, C-O-G-E-N-T, cognate. I don't know how to pronounce this word. V-O-C-I-F. Victorious, furious. What the hell is this? Expressing and characterizing a woman's opinion loud and forcefully. vehement, vehemently, vehement, vehement, showing strong feeling forcefully, passionately, or intense. Her voice was more but vehement. Hectic, very busy, full of activities. Was having a hectic day. Apocalypse, the final destruction of words. Bizarre, very strange and unusual, a bizarre situation. Sarcasm, when someone is saying something but he's talking about opposite. Opposite of what they say, hurt someone's feelings or criticize something. Self-pity, one's own trouble. Ravishing, beautiful. Astray, away from the correct path or direction. Ajar, if a door is ajar, it's slightly open. Perfunctory, done quickly without taking care of interest. Vanity, the fact that you are interested to your appreciation or achievements. Vanity, gratifying. Give pleasure or satisfying, the results was gratifying. So this is the second book. These two books are finished. So now we are going to take more. So here we go with this beautiful forbidden, not allowed, banned. When something is forbidden in Islam, uh, drinking alcohol is forbidden. Milestone, a significant stage or event in a development of something. Foremost, most. Pledge, a serious or formal promise. Corny, corny. Cheesy, of bad quality or in bad taste. Bizarre, very strange, surreal. Okay, exaggerate. To make something seems larger, more important, better, or worse than it really is. Don't exaggerate, it wasn't that expensive. I'm not exaggerating, it was the worst meal I have ever eaten in my life. I have been scandal all my life. I mean, rascal, like dishonest, scandal. Cocky, used to describe a young person who is confident in a way that is unpleasant and sometimes rude. Cognitive, connecting with thinking or conscious mental process. Some of our cognitive function have been important. Roger that is received. I agreed. Frivolity. Actually, my friend is he's in Canada right now, so I was talking to him that making that session that I'm doing doing these days. But he's talking about that he's busy, he's doing job there, he's also studying there. So maybe it'll take time, or he's a good person. Actually, I was like so much excited to talk to him Sunday evening. Sorry. Frivolity, lack of seriousness, lightheaded. Devotion, loyalty, and love, as care for someone or something. Perfection, the state of being complete and correct in every day. Ambiguity, the fact of something having more than a possible meaning and therefore possibly causing confusion. Okay. Heroism, great bravery. Skepticism, an attitude of doubt or disposition to incredibly particular object, a person who doubts the truth. Hygienic, clean, especially in order to prevent disease. You can't eat food that's been on the floor. You know, it's not hygienic. Fallacy, an idea that a lot of people think is true but is in fact false. If we will make a sentence, it's a common fallacy that only men are good at maths. Bicker, argue about things that are important. Stop bickering. Mystic, someone who attempts to be united with God. Endeavor, try hard to do or achieve something, and further attempt to do something writing is a very difficult endeavor than teaching. Unconventional, difficult or what is usual or from the way most people do things. An unconventional childhood. Phenomenal, extremely successful or special. He has a phenomenal memory. Sluggish, moving or operating more slowly than usual and with less energy or power. A heavy lunch makes me sluggish in the afternoon. 71%. Perfectly imperfect. Goal. I hate my hair. Laugh extremely. I love all those things about you. You are perfectly imperfect. It's like accept someone's flaws. So you have to accept your flaws, brother, because the things you can't change, just try for 5 minutes and just accept them as your best part. Imperfection, a fault or weakness. She won't tolerate imperfection in her own or anyone else's work. Trolling, the act of leaving an insulting message on the internet in order to annoy someone. Pragmatic, person who is straightforward, matter of fact, and doesn't let emotions distract her. Acquaintance, your friends. Cryptic, having a meaning that is mysterious or contagious. Coronavirus is contagious disease. Monotonous, not changing or therefore boring. Cozy, comfortable and pleasant, especially. Sorted, confident, organized, emotionally well balanced. After a while, you realize they are not as solid as they seem. Fond, having an affection or living for. I'm very fond of me. I'm very fond of me. Wow. Pious, devoting religiously, a deeply pious woman, strongly believing in religious and living in a way that shows his beliefs, pretending to have sincere feeling. Quite the pious apologies. I know you don't really care. Frenzy, uncontrolled and excited behavior or emotion that is something violent. Uncontrolled and excited behavior or emotion that is sometimes violent. Trivialize, to make something feel very frightened by threatening to kill or hurt them. Triviality, triviality. Trivial, triviality. Sorry, fuck my mind. Something that is not important. I'm not busy, man. Don't bother me with trivialities. Trivial, having little value or importance. Don't think about the trivial fucking things. Think about it. Try to get to know your village as well. Trivialize, to make something seem less important than it really is. I don't want to trivialize the problem, but I do think there are important matters to discuss. Dogma, rules of religion that can't be questioned. Pragmatic, solving problems in a sensible way that suits the condition that really exists now rather than. Okay, pragmatic is when you are having a good kind of tactful solution to something. Dogmatic, if you are dogmatic, you are certainly that you are right and that everyone else is wrong. No, not at all. Greed, a very strong wish to continually get more of something, especially food or money. I don't know why I'm eating more. It's not hunger, it's just a greed. Phantom, F-A-T-H-O-M, phantom. Understanding a difficult problem as an enigmatic person. Doubtful. I'm doubtful person. Synergy, the combined power of group of things when they are worked together. This is greater than the total power. Wipe out. Don't wipe out me from life. Exploit, to show something to be wrong. This book exploits some of myths about the origin of the universe. Pessimist, a person who tends to see the worst aspect of things. Pop up, something pop up in my mind. Articulation, delusion, belief in something that's not true. Delusional, believing things that are not true. Heck, an expression of usually right or surprise. Terminate, cause something to or stop. They terminated my contract in October. Desperate, very serious or bad. There's a way to be good again. Oh yeah, this point was by the Kite Runner by Hosseini. I talk about her name. Phrased of a woman having difficulty in becoming sexually excited. Unfriendly or very informal. She turned her frigid gaze on her. Unatoned sins means sins which you have not paid for yet. Mumble, to speak quietly and in a way that is not clear so that the words are difficult to understand. Extravagant, spending too much money or using too much of something. The extravagant lifestyle of a movie star. It was very extravagant of you to buy strawberries out of season. Alas, using to express grief. Pity, a feeling of sadness or sympathy for someone else. Conspiracy, the ability of scarily planning with others people to do something bad or illegal. I think there was conspiracy to keep me off the community. Audacity, courage or confidence of a kind that other people find shocking or rude. Eckhart, to treat someone specially, usually by showing respect. Aviary, a large cage surrounded by wire or bars or closed space in which birds are kept or pets. Lukewarm, only moderate warm. They drink better lukewarm coffee. Lukewarm is actually not enthusiastic or interest. Her proposal got a lukewarm response. Bohemian, a socially unconventional person, especially one who is involved in the arts. A person who lives in a very informal style that is difficult from the way most people live. Unorthodox, contra of what is usual, traditional or accepted, not orthodox. He's very orthodox musician. Mere boy, like all other boys, nothing special. There is nothing special in a human. We don't get out of this mere boy trap. Expedition, an organizer's journey for it, because we are going and shopping. Expedition. Expedition. I'm going to break this rule of making 2 hours video in by one sitting, but now I'm going to make I will make it for 3 hours now. I don't care if someone's watching or not, but it's my benefit. I'm just memorizing things, and if anyone person here if wants to use it, just take it. SIRE, use it as form of address to kings. Omniscient, knows everyone. God is omniscient. Logistically, in a way that involves the careful organization of completed activity. Empathy, the ability to share someone else's feeling or experience by imagining what it would be like to be their situation. Ability to understand and share feeling of another. Telepathy, the ability to know what is in someone else's mind, as to communicate with someone mentally without using words or other physical signals. Beat around the bush, it's an idiom to avoid talking about what's important. Harassment, behaving that is annoys or upsets someone. Acknowledge, accept or admit the existence of truth. Plethora, a large or expensive amount of something. Why my mother wants more shoes when she had already has a plethora of them. A very large amount of something, especially a larger amount than needs. Sanctify, SANCTI, sanctify. This word sounds better. Sanctify, feel from free from sin. Make or sanctify your soul. Make something or someone holy. Privileged, an advantage that only of one person or group of people has usually become of their position. It was real privilege to motivate her. Notorious, N-O-T-O-R-I-O-U-S, notorious, famous as well as famous or well-known typically for some bad quality or deed. Los Angeles is notorious for its smuggling. Veil, covered with as if with a veil. Multidimensional, having many difficult futures. Sophisticated, having a good understanding of what people behave and knowledge of culture and fashion. I don't think I have any book that would suit your sophisticated taste. Sophisticated, having an understanding of the world and its ways so that you are not easily fooled, and having an understanding of people and areas without making them seem simple. I don't think I have any book that okay. Intelligent or made in a complicated way or therefore able to complicate sophisticated. Monotony, lack of variety and interest. I have approximately I have monotony. I have written this word 5 or 6 times in 3 books. Pissed off, very annoyed. He kept me waiting for an hour, so I was pissed off. Audacity, a willing to take bold risk. A courage or confidence of a kind that other people find shocking or rude. Cring, cringe, to feel very embarrassed. To feel embarrassed and ashamed about something. I cringe when I realize what I said. Possession, the fact that you have or own something. I have a possessions of thoughts. I don't know where they will lead me. I hope that the better. Direction. Homies, a friend or close friend really down to do anything you are. Let's change this somehow. Anticipate, to imagine or expect that something will happen. Authentic, not real. Copy. If someone is authentic, it's real, truth, or what people say. Utter, completely. Mugging, an act of attracting someone and stealing their money. Mug up, you need to mug up before exam. Cunning, pretty or attractive. Crimped, start crimming as much as you can. Cram, to do many things in a short period of time. Crimped, very full of people or thoughts. Joke off, when you masturbate. Fuck. Divinity, turbulence, a state of confusion without meaning. Epic. Broda, your nigga. Your homies. Cocoon. Cocoon, this was the word I learned from Justin, the Minister of Canada. He used this word in one university speech. Cocoon. Envelop in a protective or comforting ways. We felt cold even though we were cocooned in our sleeping bags. I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this. Very far. Okay. Offend. Cause to feel upset, annoyed, or send assumption, something that you expect or true without question or proof. A willingness to accept something as truth without question or proof. Unsophisticated, opposite to sophisticated, not having a flawless knowledge. Shabby, in a poor condition through long use and lack of care. Deception, the act of hiding the truth, especially to get an advantage. He was found guilty of obtaining money of deception. Curriculum, the subjects studied in a school, college, and what each subject included. Feminism, the advocacy of women's rights on ground of equality of the sexes. But hurt, offended and upset, especially in a way that is silly or unreasonable. Provocative, causing thought about interest subject, causing an angry reaction used intentionally, a provocative question, provocative, causing thought about interest. Okay, provocative, I don't know about this much, so I'll just search it down. Provocative meaning. For the hell? Provocative. 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 Provocative.
According to Wikipedia,
Packing. Fuck this Google.
provocative.
Provocative. Provocative. Provocative.
Here's the definition. Provocative. Provocative.
Causing anger or another strong reaction, especially derivatively provocative or annoying, right? It's exasperating. Intensely irritating and frustrating. It's exasperating.
Exasperating.
Exasperating. Provocative.
Provocative.
Causing anger or another strong reaction. What is provocative behavior? If you would describe someone as provocative, you mean that it is intended to make people get angry. Okay. Heed. Heed means pay attention, to take notice of. He should have heeded the warning, careful attention. If he heard, he paid the way. Pay attention to something, especially advice or warning. Hallucination, an experience in which you see, hear, feel, or smell something that does not exist, usually because you are ill or have taken drugs. Mockery, the act of mocking someone or something. Fortify, to make something stranger, especially not to protect it. Procrastinate, to keep delaying something that must be done often because it is unpleasant or it is boring. So there are a lot of videos out there on procrastination. Leave this procrastination. It's making you miserable. Touchy. Easily offended or upset. She's very touchy about the fact that her wife has married before. Apex. He reached the apex of his career during that period. He reached the apex. 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 He reached the apex of his career. Desperate. Very serious or bad. Very great or extreme. Cosmic. Very great. Eccentric. Strange or unusual. Something in a very essential behavior. Mediocrity, the quality of state of being mediocre. Coherent, if someone is coherent, you can understand what the person says. Salvation, a greeting in which words are acting, or the words usually at the beginning of the stardom, the state or status of being famous or talented, entrepreneur, sports player. It's kind of fame. He was designing for stars. Stoicism, the endurance of pain or hardships without the display of feeling, without complaint. Stoicism, it's also a term where people they go through hell, but still they are not complaining about this. Phoenix Phoenix is actually in an ancient and imaginary bird that sets free, topsy-turvy, upside down, confused, not well organized or given importance to unexpected things. I'm feeling topsy-turvy, confused or lacking organization. Things are topsy-turvy at work these days. Freaked out, surprised, hunky, H-U-N-K-Y, hunky, large, strong, or sexually attractive. I think he's quite hunky, right? Moral, a stupid person, flawless, without any imperfection. Cyberbullying, communicating to bully a person typically by sending message. Agnostic, a person who believes that nothing is known as can be known of the existence or nature of God. Zank out, to lose consciousness and fall asleep for, I don't know this word. Psychopath, a person who has no feelings to other people, does not think about the future, and does not feel bad about anything that have done in the past. Something who is very mentally ill or dangerous. Recondite. Vent, the releasing of expression of strong emotional energy. How do you vent out? Cry when you feel deeply sad. Crying works beautifully. Punch, write, talk, pray it out, vent. How do you vent out? Blush, when you show shyness, embarrassment, or shame by becoming red. I felt I just kind of blush when I'm talking to a girl, or when I go somewhere that goes around me, and I kind of became at that time introvert, but when I'm twice I'm extrovert. Linguistically connected to language. Spectrum, a range of difficult positions, opinions, etc. because two extreme points. Pathetic, it's same. Traumatized, to shock and upset someone severely and for a long time. She was completely traumatized by the death of her Broski, a male brother. Grumpy, easily annoyed and complaining. I hadn't had enough sleep. I was feeling kind of grumpy. Dad is always grumpy on Monday morning. Grouchy, easily annoyed and complaining. Don't be grouchy. Bad temper. Poignant, P-O-I-G-N-E, poignant, causing or having very sharp feeling of sadness. The photograph awakes poignant memory of happy days. Prestige, respect, and administrating given to someone or something, usually because of reputation of high quality, success, or social influence. Habit, having or showing a keen interest in an enthusiasm for something, having or desire. Unfortunate, had fortune. Charisma, ability to attract people, charismatic person. Haphazard, not having a disorder or plan. He tackled the problem in a typically plausible, not having a disorder. Sane, you probably know that the word insane means crazy dog. Socialize, to spend time with friends when you don't have any in order to enjoy yourself. Bobo, a mistake. Weary, feeling or showing extreme tiredness, especially as a result of exclusive. Staggeringly, in a way that is very shocking or surprising. Staggeringly expensive. His new wife is staggeringly, 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 staggeringly beautiful, staggeringly beautiful, staggeringly beautiful, staggeringly beautiful, staggeringly beautiful. Mate, friends we have been mates since childhood. Poop, solid waste. Banish, send someone away from the country or place or as official punishment. pinnacle, the most successful point, the career. He had reached the pinnacle of his career. Glory. Shun. Persistently avoid, ignore, or reject. Antipathy. Aloof. Not friends are willing to take part in things. She seemed aloof, in fact, she was just shy. Jazz. An expression of surprise or emotion. Sensitive. Easily upset by things people say or do, or causing people to be upset. Embarrassment. A sensitive subject. Flatter. Lose strength or propose and stop or almost stop. Blasphemy. Something that you say or do that shows you do not respect God. You do not respect, sorry? I said, okay, God or religion. He also had committed blasphemy by threatening the unfair. Emphasize. To show that something is very important or worth giving attention to. I have just living to emphasize how important it is for people to learn foreign language, to make something more obvious. Fragile, careful when using money. Yuck, used to express strong disaster or disgust. Reckless, doing something dangerous and not worrying about the risk and the possible results. He was found guilty of reckless driving. He is wild and reckless, fleeting, lasting for a very short time. Innate, inborn, natural. An innate quality or ability is one that you were born with, no one you have learned. Fortune, a large amount of money, property, etc. She inherited a fortune from her grandmother. Sabotage, distraction, bibliography, a person who collects or has a great love of books. Hypnotize, capture the whole attention of someone. Fascinate, to keep your attention so strongly that you feel unable to as look away. I was hypnotized by this. Stealing gray eyes, self-hypnosis, to visualize everything about you, totally concentrated, to visualize everything about you. Fertile, having no effect on her, achieving all my attempts to cheer her. Cramped, if someone comes, they fall in the ground. Snail's pace, a very slow pace, are there are precise testing when you see the snail's pace. Prejudice, prejudice to enormous. Extremely great in ability to mount our strength. She wrote a truly prejudiced number of novels. He has a prejudiced appetite for movement. Nuisance, something or someone that annoys you or causes trouble to you. I have forgotten my umbrella. What a nuisance. Ruthless, not thinking or worrying about my pain caused to others. Ambivert, a person who has a balance of extrovert and introvert features in their personality. Excruciating, intensely painful, very embarrassing woman to Titus. She explained the procedure in exaggerating details. Agonizing, causing great physical mental pain. COG and IZRAB, cognizable. Polite, can I rush without. Overemphasize, to give something too much importance or attention. Parents can sometimes overemphasize the need of the children to succeed in sports. Roller coaster ride, a situation which changes from one extreme to another, which person feeling changes from an extreme to another. He was an Emotional roller coaster fire while in the lost job era. Provocative, causing anger and another strong reaction, especially deliberately provocative. Exasperate, irritating and frustrate some instantly, exasperating and annoying. Vlogs, great, genre of people. Jackass, a stupid person. LMAO, laughing my ass off. Pathos, the power of a person's situation, piece of written work that causes feeling of sadness before of sympathize. Stubborn, person who wants to do what he wants to, refuse doing anything else. They have huge argument because their ego is so stubborn. Naive, to willing to believe that someone is telling truth. People intention is generally good. People are naive because they are young and are not having much expression. Dang, it's it's kind of a dang. Just get the dang car started. Climax, the most intense, exciting, or important point of something, right? A relapse, when your mission breaks, you get ill again or you do drugs again. Relapse is when you try to break the monotony and you didn't get right out of that. You still being there, like what hell I'm talking about. Like uh, relapse is when, for example, you're smoking cigarettes and now you took an oath that now you're not going to smoke, and somehow you break that promise, and that's called it when you relapse, right? And it's okay to be relapse. Anticipate, to imagine or expect that something will happen. Ironic, very brave or great. Narcissistic, having too much interest in and administration for yourself, a narcissistic personality. Self-centered, caring only about yourself, self-obsessed. Intimidate, to frighten or threaten someone, usually in order to pursue them to do something that you want to do. Intimidating, making you feel frightened and nervous. Celibacy, the state of from marriage and sexual solution. An elephant in the room. If you say there is an elephant in the room, you mean that there is obvious problem or difficult situation that people do not want to talk about. Slum, shut door or window firstly or loudly. Possessed, to own something or have something as called. Filthy, filthy, disgusting dirty. In fantasy, the time when someone is baby or very young child, his youngest child died in infancy. To be very new and slow developed, the system is still in infancy. Scorn, not respect feeling for something that you think is stupid or no value. She has nothing but scorn for new generation of all day. Hustle and bustle, a large amount of activity and work. Resilient, able to be happy, successful, and struggling after something difficult or bad has happened. Parental bereavement, the loss of parents of their son or daughter, biggest grief. That's true. Resting, robots. Dissatisfied with achievements and not making effort. Pursuit, the action of pursuing something or something in pursuit of happiness. Pushy, very easy. Swift to foot, having rapid move forward. Efface, to remove something intentionally. Enmity, to feel the feeling of animosity. Enlightenment, lofty means high. Hazy, not remembering things clearly. Hazy memory of childhood. Feeling hazy. Precise, exact, and accurate. Insanity, severe, was found not guilty of modern medicine. Temptation, the desire to do something, especially something wrong or otherwise. Ephemeral, lasting for a very short time. Seclusion, the state of being private and away from other people. He's been living in seclusion after retiring from everything. Negligence, the fact of not giving enough care or attention to someone or something. natural emission and involuntary ejaculation of semen during sleep. Okay, boggy, B-O-G-G-Y, boggy. To wet and muddy, to be easy walked on. It's boggy stuff, B-O-G-G-Y, boggy. I can't believe it's 2:15 and recklessly I'm just reading. So proud of myself. Significant, important or noticeable, having a special meaning. She looked at him across the table and gave him a significant smile. Excruciating, intensely painful. He hype promoter publicly idea. Antagonized to make someone dislike you or feel opposed to you. Cumbersome, to touch gentle in a loving way. Morsel, a very small piece of cheese. Lame, unsatisfied or lame excuse. Scrutinized, to examine something very carefully in order to discover information. Petrified, extremely frightened as she petrified of being one's own in heaven night. Synergize, happen at the same time. Okay, moron is a stupid person, uncanny, strange or mysterious, difficult or impossible to explain. Strange or mysterious, difficult or it's kind of an uncanny experience, but I can fabricate, to invent or produce something false in order to deceive someone. Embellish, to make something more beautiful by adding something. Hit the hay, good way. Zeal, great, okay, boast. Scrutinize, dominant, intimidate, jest, G-E-S-T, something that is sad, undone in order to be fancy. Mesmerize, to have something attention completely so that they cannot think of anything else. I was completely mesmerized by the performance. Gagnetic, extremely large, exasperating, annoying. Choke, to make something stop breathing. Okay, spontaneous, happening or done or natural outcome. Sage, wise, especially as a result in great experience. Wobble, to cause something to shake or move from side to side. Hanker, feel or strong desire for something. Massively, on a very lost cause, extremely or very much. Not a person, especially a man who is not attractive and inappropriate or socially embarrassing. Peeps, people are fine. Vulnerable, able to be easily physically, emotionally, or mentally mentally attacked. I felt vulnerable there, able to be easily hurt. Turmoil, a state of confusion, uncertainty, or disorder. Skittish, S-K-I-T-T-I, skittish. Nervous or easily frightened. My horse is very skittish, so I have to keep him away from traffic. Patriotism, the feeling of loving your country. Grandiosity, large and counting more details than necessary or intended to seem important. Daunting, seems difficult. Contentment, a state of happiness and satisfaction. Menace, a person who has very strong interest in a particular activity. Use, the public administration that person is S-A-N-Y-T-Y. Tipsy, slightly drunk. Noob, a person who is not experienced. Clumsy, not skillful in a way you deal with express something. My attempts to apologize were clumsy. I'm done, bro. It's 2:19. Last time I was having kind of this power of sitting in front of him for 2 hours, but this book is also finished, so now this one is big, but I haven't there are not full words, but somehow this is also I have to just this much. This much I have to finish. After that, this video will end. Otherwise, I'll not end this video. Enmity, a feeling of hate. She didn't enmity. Okay, with animosity, right? So motto, short sentence or phrase that expresses belief or purpose. Alms, ALMS alms, clothing, food, or money. Voraciously, in a way that is very eager to have a lot of something. He read voraciously to learn about that most significant, important, or noticeable. MAGNA, magnanimity, kindness and generosity, especially towards an enemy or something you haven't defeated. She's a person of great magnanimity. Khabibija, okay. Gibberish, spoken or written words that have no meaning. I was so nervous I just started talking gibberish, confused or meaningless speech. See, if you can't make out what he's saying, it sounds like gibberish to me. Entangled, to cause something to become catch in something. Okay. Immensely, to a great extent, extremely. He went immensely popular. Caliber, the quality of something or something, especially someone's ability. If teacher paid more, it might attract people of higher caliber. Cripple, someone who finds it difficult to express feelings. Nag, a skill or having a skill or an ability to do something easily as well. Nag for remembering phase. I'm having a nag for remembering phase. Huggle, the attempt to decide on a price or condition that are expected to resolve. Levity, humor or lack of seriousness. Wowza, a surprising, amazing or not. Oh my gosh, how of this. Bam, use it to show that something happened very suddenly. Poles apart, completely opposite. My sister and I have poles apart in personality. Symbolic, use it to refer to an action that expresses or seems to express. Radically, completely or extremely. Paranoid, feeling extremely nervous. Sunk, experiencing serious trouble or unable to solve a problem. If I had to pay off that debt, I would be sunk. Cringe, to feel very embarrassment. I cringed at the sight of my dad's dancing. Miserable, used to emphasize the low quality of value of something. Beseech, to ask for something in a way that shows you need it very much. Crystallize, if something crystallizes your thoughts or it makes them clear and fixed. The event helped to crystallize my thoughts. Relish, to like or enjoy something. I always relish a challenge. I don't relish telling her that her son has been arrested. Rational, based on clear thoughts and reasons. He was too upset to be rational. Rationality, the quality of being based on clear thoughts and reasons. Apparently, use it to say you have read or been told something although you are not certain it's true. Apparently, it's going to rain today. Use it when the real situation is different from when you thought it was. She looked about 10, but apparently she is 32. Stingy, ungenerous, unwilling to spend money, small in amount. Fascination, the fact of finding something or something fascinating. Buzzy, exciting, especially because a lot of people are pleasant and hustle. To pursue or work rapidly and energetically. Minimal, very small in amount. Literally, we are serious, not exaggerating, simply are just hilarious, extremely funny, and causing a lot of plot. Skill in knowing how to do something or a job or activity needs such skill. I need to work on my craft, enjoying the craft. Self-driven. When you are self-driven, you are so motivated to do or achieve something because of one's own enthusiasm or interest. Driven, someone who is driven is so determined to achieve something or successful. Hype, information that makes something seems very important or exciting. Blind spot, a subject that you find very difficult to understand and all sometimes because you are not willing to try. I'm pretty good at English, but I have a blind spot where English spelling is concerned. Gross, extremely unpleasant. Oh, gross, she said, looking at the flies buzzing over the piles of dirty flesh. Grave error, very big mistake. Edge, the point just before something very difficult and noticeable happens. Helen Keller once asked what on earth would be worse to be and born blind, and she said, "I would be so much worse to be. It would be so much worse to be born with sight but no vision." Now there are some idioms that we're going to talk about, so here we go. A piece of cake, very easy that test was a piece of cake. As ugly as sin, variable, at the death door, almost at the end of the life. Be dead in water, no progress. Our output was be dead in water. Take him out of picture, remove someone out from the group. Call it a day, no work for the days. Break a leg, wishing someone to win or achieve something. Be full of beans, fresh or energetic. In the same boat, to be in the same condition like one another. I'm feeling blue. To feel bad, I feel the intro, I'm really feeling blue. Young at heart, to have fresh spirit or an old person. Raining cats and dogs, something that you say when it is raining strong. Separate sheep from goats, selecting one from another. On the same page, having similar ideas. Driving me bananas, making me feel good. Hang on a second, possessive, notorious, prudent, instantly. Okay, budge, budg, budge. If something will not budge or you cannot budge it, it will not move. I tried moving the dog, but it won't budge. To change your opinion or make someone change their opinion. I have tried persuading her, but she won't budge. Budge means to change your opinion or to make someone change your opinion. Budge is mostly used in positive way. I won't budge. Jarring, Jarring, jarring. A jarring sound experience is so difficult or unexpected that is pleasant and effective. Jarring, a jarring sound experience is so difficult or unexpected that it has strong or unpleasant effect. Jarring cry. Bash, to hit hard, to criticize someone severely, kept bashing local government. Cannibals, leaves are serenity, the quality of being peaceful. Cling, CLNG, cling, hold or tightly. EX, EXHI, very happy, exhilarated, exhilarated, very happy, animated or elected. At the end of the race, I was exhilarated, amused to cause someone to be extremely surprised. Evanescent, evanescent, EVANES, evanescent. Evanescent lasting for only a short time, then disappearing quickly by forgetting. Evanescent. This was insistently. I was taught this lying around. Unpleasant. She talked insistently about the most trivial things. Hypothetical. Imagine or suggest but not necessary real or true. Animosity, strong dislike, position. A strong liberal, respecting and allowing many difficult types of beliefs or behaviors. Liberal, brain drain, the situation in which large number of educated and very skilled people leave their own country to live or work in another country. Brain drain is when people are knowledgeable in a country and they move to another country because they're not getting good jobs. For example, in India, there are a lot of people and they're moving from outside, so it's kind of brain drain. Buzz off, go away. Use it to tell someone to go away in a rude way. Which manifestation, a sign of something existing or happening. Slumber, sleep. confidential, intended to be kept secret, eloquent, giving a clear, strong message. Simp, troll young men for doing anything for goal. Lethal, able to cause a crossing death. Jaded, boring or lacking enthusiasm rapidly after having had too much of something. Void, completely empty. Looming, something about to happen and cause worry. Elevated, higher, important. As to say words that are not fly. Flaky, behaving in a way that is flaky, not responsible or expected. Flag. Let me take a water. Thrive, to grow, develop, or successful. She seems to thrive on streets. Okay. SUCC, Sincent, said in a clear and short way. Succinctly, in a brief and clear expressive manner. Hefty, large in the mouth, prudish, easily shocked by rude things, especially anything related to sex. Cynicism, the belief that people are only interested in themselves and are not sincere. Retrospect, thinking now about something in the past. In retrospect, I think my marriage was doomed from the beginning. Introspect and retrospect. Notion, a belief or idea. I have only a vague notion of what she does for a living. I don't think he has any notion of the seriousness of the situation. I have a notion. Notion is actually belief or idea. I heard this before, I was forgetting it. Notion is belief or idea. Notion. I'm having notion of different kind of thing, and you're having notion of yourself. So I'm not having any notion about this. Be on a roll, to be having a successful or lucky period. Fussy, not easily satisfied. Prairie, it tires me out, to make you exhaust. Mend, repair, patch. To repair something that's broken, or could you mend the hole in my shot? Brothel, a formal promise to marry someone. Chocolate, like a person wanting to chocolate. Just pose. To put things that are not similar next to each other. Hoof and huff and puff. Breathe in a huff and puff. Genuinely, really and sincerely, I'm genuinely sorry for what I said. Alacrity, speed and eagerness. Stink, promptness, the quality of doing something quickly and without delaying. Prompt, doing without delaying. Prompt, reply. Invincible, ruthfully, remorsefully, feeling sad and guilty. Remorse, rejoice. To feel or show great fears. Nuts, mad, okay. Bewilderment, confusion. Bragging, to speak too proudly about what you have done or what you own. She also always brag about how much. Prudish, careful, reminiscent, making you remember a particular reason. Likewise, in the same way, pamper, pylon, exaggerate something for effect. Lid, exciting or candid, truthfully, stipper, someone whose job is removing all these clothes to entertain other people. Notorious, just be a nomad, a free spirit person. Ticklish. If you are ticklish, you feel quickly uncomfortable. Bardic, extremely curveball. Charismatic personality. Pushy person is someone who pursues you to do something. Candid pick, if person is an aware of photo called candid. Imposter, a person who pretends to be someone else in order to deceive. lackey, behaving in a way that is strange. Sensation. Sensation is the ability to feel things physically, especially through your sense of touch, the pain, okay? Liberty, the freedom to live as you wish to live. In spite of, he was very first in spite of being terrible. Hacky, Licky Ordinary. I have just finished it. Actually, I don't know, something happened to my abdomen. I'm feeling a little bit pain, but it's okay. So let me tell you something. Like I just did this thing, and it was great experience because I never like sit in a chair. I was not having the sting power, but I just put myself in trials. Actually, what is my motto of making this video is the first thing is that I was not a person who studies that much, but now I'm just getting into this habit. So if I can do it, you can also do it, right? And second thing is I have just completed this one, two, three, four in just uh, two 2 hours, 36 minutes, and 35 seconds, 36 seconds, 37 seconds. So put yourself on trials because you can't be in a rut every single day. You have to come out of this monotony and do something scary, do something crazy that will make your life kinda interesting and kind of mesmerizing. Because when you are doing same things every single day, it's fucking boring, right? It's jaded life. So if you want to get out of this jaded life, you have to do something unconventional. That most people can't do. There are people who are reading for 24 hours, and it's I read at least for 2 hours 37 minutes. So do it, learn lesson because reading is the best thing that you can ever have, right? There is no difference if you can read, and if you are not reading, there is no difference between the person who can't read. If you can read, then just take advantage of reading. Okay, my brother. I hope that you did enjoy this, and but I learned a lot of things today, and I revised my whole vocabs. So I hope that it will be better. You will learn some. If you have learned a little bit about this, I don't know first when I will upload, but I will take a screenshot of this. Dang, I don't know how I had off my flash. So thank you so much for being here. If I actually can't imagine, I can't believe it that people will watch it fully, but somehow I don't know. After 5 years, maybe it will be millions of and millions of views. I hope so. So there is one quote written that prayer for the wild at hearts, Captain Gates. So I will tell you the meaning. Actually, this stanza is from a book, and praying for the wild at hearts, Captain Gates. You seem to pray for the people who are busy in ruts, who are living a jaded life, who are going through the same routine, my brother. So if you want to do something better, just try to face your fears. Because when you face your fears, there is the only way you are living your life. Because I don't think the person going every single day doing same things and not going out of his comfort zone, not putting himself in the trials and trying to learn something new and make your life is so beautiful. But if you are kind of person who wants to make it exciting, because right now you are young, I'm right now I'm 22 years old. You can't imagine how much energized and enthusiastic about life I am, because right now you can do anything, brother. Right now you can pray for hours and hours, you can read for hours and hours. So if this if someone will tell Bill Gates that give me your whole wealth, I will make you 19 years old again, 21 years old again, he will give, I promise you that. So right now you are having billions and millions of of wealth. You are having a possession that most people don't have. You are young and you are wild. So take advantage, use this, learn, grow, do crazy things, make mistakes, learn from them. Don't be that person who's boring in the room. And if you enjoy being boring in the room, that's all. But do whatever you enjoy. Hope see you soon, brother.